Yeah, you gotta ask Nate about all that, man.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now. New Georgia drop.
Oh, fellas, we live, baby.
Are we live?
We live already. Y'all boys came in at the right time.
Hey,
So
because
good
God is
morning.
always on time. Uh-oh,
Hey,
there we go
God
to
is
Facebook.
good. Why it always happen on our streams?
Y'all see
Maybe it's
me?
too. I see you.
I just my computer just opened up another tab, and then I don't see the tab, but I don't see y'all either.
No, I see you. It's these ones right here. I don't know how. Hold on, I put it up so y'all can see it. That's the new ones that drop.
All right, I see myself. Oh, Brandon froze.
Uh-oh. Well, hey, before Brandon get there, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the family barbecue. Well, we only place we have technical difficulties. Hey, listen, while
I
Brandon
was about to say,
froze,
can anybody even see us?
I don't even much know. Hey, you know what? We're gonna let Brandon fix it. But while he froze, we're gonna hit this intro and we'll be right back, y'all.
Tell 'em I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good. It's all good. Straight up, it's all good. Tell 'em it's all good. Tell 'em I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another lovely episode of the Family Barbecue. I will be your temporary part-time host, Dr. Hendricks, today, along with my good brother Nick, and at the bottom, Mr. Who Loves You Baby. Good morning. How y'all brothers doing this morning?
Good, just running around, big dog.
Just running around.
Yeah.
Telly, my brother, how you doing this morning?
I'm
I
doing
think I got
good.
it.
How about yourself, man?
All right, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. I think I got it fixed. And I think we should. All right, I think we back up on Facebook. All right, I think we get back up on Facebook. All right, cool. So, how y'all week was to this week? How y'all week was to this week?
Who echoing?
I don't know. Telly,
Who echoing?
mute your mic, Telly. I don't know. Telly, mute your mic, Telly. Yeah, I hear echo. Telly, mute your mic. Just make sure that ain't. Yeah, I hear echo. Telly, mute your mic. Make sure that ain't. Make sure that ain't Telly. All right, can y'all hear the echo now? All right, cool.
Nah.
All right, cool. That was just telling Mike. All right, so like I said, good morning, everybody. How's everybody week been?
It was good. I mean, I only worked 2 days this week. T had to get some teeth pulled, so I took
Hmm.
the rest of the week off.
Okay, had some wisdoms.
Yeah, she had 2 taken out at the top and 1 on the bottom.
Were they growing in wrong?
Now they was just giving her pain, so I guess
Nah,
they was. So
I had 2 when I was like 17. I had 2 like way back in the back that was growing in sideways. So they went back there and got them out. That's always something. But maybe, man, it's that time of the show we hit the mental health checks, y'all. All right, so every week we like to do a little bit of mental health check to make sure everybody up and up. So Nick, we already know you're gonna say 10 because you woke up on this side of the dirt. But what's your mental health check this morning?
yeah, it's a 10. But
I love it.
I was just tired. Godson won his they won Palmetto won their football game last night. It
Oh,
was
they
a
won?
good one. I think
Okay.
Palmetto gonna be nice this year.
Nice, love to see it. Oh yeah, it is high.
Yeah.
Hey y'all don't know high school football season. Did Manatee win? Probably not. I'm gonna go ahead and say no to that. I don't think we won last night. We
No,
played.
they won. They won.
Man, I don't
They
think
won.
Manatee
Manatee
won?
been good ever since
Manatee
we
won.
left.
Nah, we played IM. They must have played it. You know what? I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna give us the credit. We played IMG Academy yesterday, so it didn't look good. But what was the score, B?
You said we played IMG yesterday?
27-7, 27-7, I believe.
Well then, look at us go.
But IMG
right.
got different teams though.
You know what? That's true. That's true. Well, look at us go. Well, my mental health check, it is a 9.9, and it'll be a 10 when I get some business. Today, I'm going to see my role model, Mr. Fofty, aka Curtis Jackson. I'm going to the 50 Cent concert tonight in Tampa. I'm going to see 50 tonight. So I'm on. Yeah. B, mental health check.
Man, mental health check is always good, man. It's on a 10, but I give it a slight 9.9 because my breaker just broke in my office. So I'm trying to get my computer back up. Had to jump on the laptop real quick.
What you mean your breaker just broke?
The light, everything, all the power in my office went out. So we had to go out to the breaker and flip it back.
Oh, I was about to say, hey, you just got too much stuff running.
I guess, man. And so yeah, I'm trying to get it going, man. Y'all was holding it down for me. I appreciate it.
We try. Telly. Look at that. Look at
Here you go.
Look who we got in the building.
I'm about to say Big Dog just need to restart everything and start all over again today.
Yo,
Nate, they're great, but we was just talking about you.
what y'all talking about me for?
We'll holler at you later.
All right, that'll work.
Well, I tell you, froze up. Nate, the great. What's your mental health check today, my boy?
Man, I'm at a 9. I woke up. Well, no, I'm at a 10. I'm at a 10. I'm good. I ain't got nothing to complain about.
We can tell you woke up. We can hear that voice.
That Barry
my
White
bad.
voice.
Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, we can hear you, Uncle Pudge.
Got that static going on.
Nah, that's that fan.
That what that is.
Ain't no static, but that's that fan blowing. My boy trying to.
Man, all that sluggish this morning. Just forgive us, y'all.
Yeah, man. We all moving a little slow this morning, but it's all good. We still finna have a good time. We still waiting on Uncle Pudge.
Yeah, we waiting on Uncle Pudge.
Oh, my bad. I'm a 5.
Why you? What's with the 5, my boy?
Because I woke up and one of these damn dogs took my glasses and I can't find them. So if they destroyed, I can't see.
How many dogs you got over there?
6.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Damn, so you got Rob Kelly?
Yeah, dude, and I know which one did it. So I better find my glasses, or man, I'm gonna have a problem with Peter. I'm gonna beat the shit out of his ass.
You can't, you can't be admitting animal abuse on the internet.
How you know Peter did it?
No,
I'm saying Peter gonna come get me.
Peter gonna come get him.
I thought that was the name of the dog.
No, the name of the dog is Dusty.
Don't be admitting to animal abuse on live. You really trying to get us canceled now.
Man, look, man, they need to come find my damn glasses.
Nah, why you put on what a dog can reach?
Man, I put them on my table. This motherfucker wait till I go to
we
sleep.
got an echo.
That's
I don't
telling
know
you,
where is it. Hold on, let me see if that. I'm still here.
Go back. Go back.
Go back. How about now?
I think we good.
That better?
I think we good.
Okay.
Nah, we still got the echo, my boy.
Oh man, look, I'll figure that out in a minute.
This is what happened when you don't show up to the barbecue on time.
I think so.
Yeah. But it's not
Get
just
a
you.
chance
We
to
all
do the
mess
sound
with
check.
you. It's not just you.
I was busy looking for my glasses.
So what's on the topic?
So yeah, let's get on it because y'all did the intro and everything.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. Let's get to it. What we talking about today? Where my phone at?
Oh, we talk about topic of the day.
White parents can't jump.
White parents can't jump. Can white parents truly raise black and mixed kids and truly prepare them for what's to come, being a person of color?
Mute your mic, Telly.
Who made this topic? You don't have to answer. Your facial expression said it all.
Where y'all get this topic from?
Our guy Mike came up with this topic.
Yeah, that's
and I approved. I approved it. You know what I'm saying? So
I had
talk about white.
I had Brandon up with him last season, at the end of last season, right? Like 2 episodes before the last season. I said, "Hey, Brian, what you think about this?" And he was like, "I love it. We're gonna get it." And I was like, "All right,
yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these white folks and these mixed kids. Do y'all honestly think white folks can help raise black kids?" What's funny, Dick?
Let's get it. Let's go. I mean, honestly, you probably should have had Sam or somebody on here with you.
I'm surprised she ain't close.
Nah, she picking up the Walmart groceries right now, so she can't be on. So we finna talk on her behalf.
She.
And it's a great question.
She going to Walmart this time?
Yeah, she went to Walmart so she can pick up the groceries. Got to get the groceries, as we must eat. So let's hit on it real quick. I want to go to Nate first.
Oh, there we go. Christy said, "Why can't we?"
I think they can raise them if they theirs. Like, I don't think you can just go pick up some black kids that don't belong to you and think you gonna raise them. And
okay,
I think it's a difference. Why is it a difference?
Yeah,
because one is they're your kids. Like, when they're your kids and they're mixed, like, are we talking about mixed kids or are we talking about fully black kids?
We talking about black kids. They ain't even gotta be mixed. We're talking about black kids.
Well, to a certain extent, they can raise them.
Let's be real.
But it's some things that I don't think they'll be able to touch on.
Okay,
but maybe they can. I don't know.
Some of them things they can't touch on. Let's throw them out there. Like being pulled over by cops. Can a white parent go through that situation with a black kid?
I mean, most of the time, people would like to relate or learn from people who's been through certain experiences. And with them not being able to, to be racially profiled, you can't really explain, how that's going to happen or how it's going to play out. You ain't never
Why you
been through
can't
it.
explain it though? Oh,
You ain't never been
there
through
you go. You ain't never been through it. Nick, you feel the same way on that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I think, like Nate said, they can touch on other people's experiences, but they can't for the emotion part. They can't teach what will happen in certain situations. And I know I'm wording that totally wrong, but like they can only explain what can happen if you don't listen to the law. And honestly, our parents can only do the same thing too. But man, I don't know. I mean, but like Nate
It's
said,
hard.
they would have to they would have to raise their kids, and honestly, they're gonna have to raise them the way they see fit. Like, at the end of the day, you can't tell somebody else how to raise their kids, whether they mix
That's
white,
true.
black, orange,
Yeah,
brown.
yeah.
So I mean, they
But when
just
it
gonna do the
comes
best that they can do, or whatever they know.
to the aspect of, like I said, I mentioned the situation of being pulled over by cops. Let's talk about the aspect of, because I know I've had to have conversation with my kids because of the race thing and how other races treat you because of your skin color. So let's dip into that a little bit. So let's just say we got somebody like Elijah, and let's say hypothetically I'm not around, I'm at work or I'm out the house or something. He asks Sam about the racial, why is it I get treated different because I'm a certain color? Because we don't, of course, in our household, there is no race barrier. You know what I mean? There's no white, black, purple, green. There's none of that. So when he gets onto the outside world and he gets to seeing some of the things that we've all seen and that we all dealt with, why is it? I mean, not why is it, but is it keen for Sam to sit down with Elijah and tell him this is why it's happening, or should that be something that comes from me because I've felt those type of situations, or I felt that type of emotion because I've gotten it from somebody else that's not my color.
I feel like it's okay for Sam to sit there and talk to him about the situation. Like, can
Morning,
I don't
Deborah.
know about any of y'all, but can any of y'all sit here and say y'all had a bad experience with the cops?
I
I
can say I've
mean,
had a bad
And
I
experience. Yeah.
wouldn't.
I had one.
Yeah, yeah.
like I haven't had a bad experience with the cops, so gonna have to hold on, Telly. Yeah, I haven't had a bad experience with the cops. So is it fair to say, how can I sit here and tell my future son or daughter how to act because I never had a bad experience with them?
Yeah, I think it's fair for you to tell them that because not every time you get pulled over are you gonna get pulled over by, I would say, a cop with some sense. So you do have people out there that really be on a power trip. So it's like, I've never had a bad experience, but let me prep you. So if you
But
do
how can
have
I
a,
prep you for something that I don't know about?
because you've seen the videos out there and
You've seen the stuff on
you've
social
seen you've
media.
seen
Uh-huh.
bad cops out there.
Uh-huh. So why can't a white person have seen the videos the way that y'all explaining to me? Because they've never been in our shoes either. But I've never been in that situation.
Because as a white person can watch the videos, but if a white people know they'll never go through that situation. Like, we've seen
But
the
Well, we
video.
can't say
there's
that, Mike.
situations that happen.
There has been situations that happen that white folks probably has been through that black folks probably ain't never been through.
Like what? I pull over too many lattes in the car.
Hey man, where our white people at? Where our white friends at? We need y'all to pull up on us and talk to us a little
But
bit.
tell her
Hey,
like
yeah,
he's over there going through it.
hey, tell her, white people, pull up. We ain't got no folding chairs this week.
For real.
But yeah, so my thing is, if I can't speak on a bad situation, why can't a white person raising their child speak on that same situation if I ain't been through that?
Honestly, a white person can speak on that situation.
They can.
But
They
they
can.
can.
I agree with you on that, Nick.
They can speak on that situation. It's more of a common sense situation than anything. Like, let's be real. It's a common sense situation. You know what I'm saying? You get pulled over by somebody on a power trip. All right, stay calm, just whatever, just simple yes or no answers. Give them all your information and don't let them antagonize you because they do be on a power trip, right?
Sam, I
But
probably would have took you to jail too.
Don't do that, Nick.
I'm
Don't do that, Nick.
I remember
just
when
saying that man was probably
that,
doing his job.
I remember when that cop was patting down Brandon. You remember that, Nick?
Yeah,
No.
boy. Yeah, boy.
You don't remember that?
Go ahead.
We
Go
got
ahead.
pulled
Tell us,
over.
Nick.
Me and you got pulled over with Aaron in Sarasota, and DP and
Oh
Brandon had
yeah.
to come get us. That man went to patting Brandon down, and he was like, "What's in your back pocket?" He was like, "I don't know, just get it out."
But in
Just
those
get it out my
situations,
pocket.
like in situations like that, you know, he had to go get it. I wouldn't grab it for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I feel
wouldn't
you.
grab it for nothing. This is way before the George Floyd thing or anybody, anything for that matter. This is way back when we was youngsters. Like, I ain't grabbing for nothing. You go in there and get it. But that's a story that I could potentially tell Elijah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cop asks you what's in your pocket. Hey, yeah, all I know is there's something in there. If you want it, go in there and find it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do no sudden movements. He asked you to put your hands on the car, like that officer asked me to do, to put my hands on the car. That's what I did. What's in your pocket? I don't know, officer. You go ahead and go in there and take care of the business and find out what it is. But that's something that I would tell. That's a story that I would tell Elijah about. And as Sam just said, she been in a situation where the cop put her in handcuffs. She was what, 8.5 months pregnant for a suspended license. So we can't always say that white folk ain't went through what black folk go through. There's some white people that have been out there through the trenches now.
Yeah,
Some of them been through the
You have.
trenches.
But I think it's a different category. Let's be real. I think it's a different category. You got white people who have been immersed in the Black and Latino community who understand what it is, and then you have white people who haven't and who have no clue. And so I think that those white people, you mess around and all of a sudden you get a black boyfriend or baby daddy or baby mama, and you get you a mixed kid. Now you in your mind, you know what I'm saying, the cops are your friend and they're okay. But like in reality, in some of these situations, they really not. And we understand that. You know what I'm saying? We understand that as black people, we have to conduct ourselves a certain way. And it's just like you have to be around parents that are going to teach you that same way. Because if you not, then you know what I'm saying, you mess around and be one of them mixed kids and you get pulled over and then you start talking shit to the cops because that's what your white privileged parent has given you the idea of. And then next thing you know, you pull out the car and slammed on your face because your black parent didn't have the decency to have a conversation with you.
Well, I think that's just not having the conversation. But I think, like I said, at the end of the day, I think white parents can raise their mixed child. But in that
Absolutely.
situation, there was something missed. And the thing that was missed was like you can't just talk back to authority just because you're mixed or just because you think whoever you even white people that talk back, you've seen videos of white people that talk back get thrown on the ground, manhandled just like everybody else. Like these cops don't care. Some of these cops don't care what color you is. They just gonna
Yeah.
manhandle you, and they ain't got nothing to do with color.
Yeah. Uncle Pudge, you good? Telly, you good?
Yeah, I'm straight.
All right. Go ahead and speak on it. Speak on it.
Oh, this is a tough one, man, because being a parent of two mixed children, one being white, one being Mexican. So it's like I don't know, man. This subject actually came up just the other day with my daughter and myself. And little story real quick. She's part of the dance team at her school, and she showed me a photo of her team, and she's the only black kid on this team. So I asked her, like, and how many black kids in your school? She's like, 4. I was like, damn, 4 out the whole damn school, huh? I was like, so that's kind of rough. And I'm like, I actually, how you feel about that? Like, because I myself know what that's like. My former school district, at the whole damn district, for many years, I was the only black dude, black face, period, in that whole damn school district. So it's like, how am I being treated, And it seemed like little stuff everybody was doing, like being on their cell phones and stuff like that. And as soon as I touch mine, and I use mine because my phone service inside that school building was all jacked up. I used to have to go outside to make a call, but my text messages would work. My internet was spotty, so I would use text message to communicate with the other teachers, because they want to know my location and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's it. I go get called to the office. Oh, you're on your cell phone, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm just communicating with the teachers now, location wise. Everybody else down there, I don't know what the hell they doing. They might be scrolling Facebook. I don't know. But it seemed like every little thing I've done was magnified. And it's like, that's crazy. So I say that she ran into an incident where her dance teacher had called and said, to her, she couldn't practice Wednesday because of an insurance thing. She had to get on insurance. So she was sitting down watching practice. Dance teacher was like, it was said you was on your cell phone, no cell phone in practices. And I'm like, well, I know she's not making that up, because you act like you can't keep your damn phone out your hand here. So that part is true. But then something about some eye rolling, and the little girls, I guess her teammates came up to the teacher and pretty much, told on her or something. And I'm like, damn, what they do that at? Like, I ain't never had a teammate tell on me and all this other stuff, and it's ensuing. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Like, okay, you rolled your eyes. That may be my fault, because sometimes I roll my eyes, and I don't know I'm doing them. It's like an involuntary response, when I'm in an uncomfortable situation. Anyway, so we go on, and I'm like, because I hear the conversation, and I'm like, okay, cool, I spoke to her about her, whatever. And then next thing you know, she gets a text message the following day from the teacher. Like, she spoke to, I guess, the athletic director, and was like, what's going to happen to you now is you can come to practice, but you can't practice, and then you're not going to perform in the first game. But you got to come there, sit on the sideline, and support your team. And I'm like, man, this shit is too harsh and extreme. What the fuck? You didn't already call her, disciplined her, whatever, called her mom. I done spoke to her. Now, what's with all this extra shit? It's like, so I get to thinking, like, man, like, I got to talk to her. Like, listen, you can't be doing shit, breaking rules and all this, because, your action's going to be magnified, like you breaking federal laws or something, like, I mean, because you stand out. You're the only black kid on this fucking team. So every little thing you do is going to be magnified. Because I'm like, I've never heard of teammates coming up to the coach or anything out there and telling on you or nothing. And maybe that's just a dance team girl thing. I played football. None of my teammates ever did anything like that, or my coach handled it. If I made a mistake or somebody made a mistake, coach handled it right then and there. Boom, that's the end of it. If it escalated past that, I keep on, and then you call the parent. And I'm trying to talk to her mom. Mom happened to be white, but her mom don't seem to understand. Like, you white, you went to, this.
But
I
that's the
hate to
thing.
say it
I
like
mean,
that, but
for her not
these
to
your
understand.
people. Like
What you say,
you
Nick?
probably can't see what's happening, or you won't have a feeling of being a minority, in a sea full of majority. Like
But I
sometimes it
said
could
that's
be just
okay.
that.
That's okay
Say what?
because she's never. I said that's okay because she ain't never been through anything like that. So in my opinion, it's from your standpoint to teach your daughter because your ex don't know any better. So how can she teach? In this instance, how can she teach your daughter because she don't know no better?
No, I'm not saying she can teach. What I'm saying is when I'm telling her, like, it could be a situation, like, I ain't saying being picked on, but being noticed a little bit extra. I'm like, you would never know anything about that because you never had to feel that. So it would never cross her mind to even look at it from that perspective.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
like, I wasn't getting down on her mom. I was like just trying to explain to her because her mom is one of those that the teacher said it, teacher always right type person. Like, nah,
That ain't
I done
always
seen
true.
some teachers actually exaggerate and lie on kids. And I'm like, a teacher or a grown up is not always right. You got to listen to both sides of the story. So and like she getting down, I'm like, hey man, you gotta relax because to hear her out because I listen to my kids. I always told them if something happens, come and tell me, and don't lie to me, first of all. Don't try to leave nothing out. Just give me the full picture. We're gonna sit down with whoever the adult is and we're gonna figure this out. Because I'm gonna hear all sides. So in this aspect, her mom, I don't know, she can't have any input. I mean, she gonna have her input, but she can't have that perspective, because she never experienced that. She will never experience that. It's like, hey, and you can't blame her for that. I mean, that's just the way it is.
So what you saying when you say I mean, of course we can't blame them. It's still going back to Nick's point. You can't blame them if they never been with it within those
Oh, I couldn't hear you,
situations.
man. That went low. Sorry about that. I couldn't hear you. What?
Can you hear me now, Uncle Pudge?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So it's going back to what Nick was saying. Good morning, Erica. It's going back to what Nick was saying is that you can't blame them for not being in certain situations, but it's also going back to what I said earlier. They've been through certain situations that we've never been through, also. So I think the main question is that within biracial relationships, is it up to whoever's the black person or whoever's the white person to teach these experiences? That's what the main question is. Is it up to them to teach these experiences? Like you just mentioned the whole thing about her being the only black girl at the school, right? So you have
Right.
one of y'all got to have a conversation with her and let her know, hey, it could
Both.
be a race thing. It's both. Yeah, okay, both. Nick, right? Both of y'all got to sit down and have a conversation with her. Now, whatever her mom don't understand, that's where you gonna have to jump in and say something. Whatever you don't understand, maybe the mom understand and say something. So I think the whole thing is not so much as black and white. It's about both parents sitting down and having a conversation about what's going on out here in the world. There you go, Christy. It will be up to both parents to teach their kids what they've experienced as a black or a white parent. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. It would be both sides that needs to teach that experience. I like to tell Sam a lot of times that we come from two totally different cultures. And I'm not mentioning black and white, but we come from two totally different cultures. Like how I discipline versus how she discipline is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Mine may be a tad bit more rough.
A tad.
It may be a tad bit more rough.
Just a little bit more
However,
loving, Nick. That's all.
A little bit more seasoning, huh?
It's a little bit more seasoning on how I do it, but I got my reasons for what I do. I'm a full believer that these kids are not going to be kids forever. These kids are growing up to be adults, and this world ain't finna hand them nothing. This world ain't finna be nice to them like they think this world is finna be, and for some reason I feel like that's my culture teaching that, but also on Sam's culture, teaching them elegance. You know what I mean? Teaching them how to properly do things. Not that I'm not teaching it, but Sam do a lot more better at it than me. You know what I mean? So it takes both sides to the situation. Where did Telly go?
I have so listen. I pulled up some statistics while we was chatting up, right? So
yeah, go ahead. Let's see the statistics, right?
So these are statistics, right? This is St. Paul, Minnesota, right? This is the percentage of race in this town, right? And as you can see, right, it is 58% white, right? And 13% black. All right. We're gonna worry about those two. So 58% white, 13% black. But since 2016 to 2020, it's like this is the pullover rate. Right? It's like it goes up every year if you noticed it. So by 2020, how is it that 40%, 43% of black people get pulled over versus white people? Like, make that make sense.
Well, we don't. This is all just statistics, and we don't know everything that goes into this. We just seeing numbers, and that's how you basing your argument off of it, is by the numbers. Because what if every one of them black people are doing wrong, like speeding? We know we got a heavy foot.
White people don't have heavy foot, Nick.
I don't know.
We all got heavy foot.
Well, I said we all got heavy.
I'm not white, so I can't speak for them. I know Teresa got a heavy foot sometimes.
Sometimes, all the time.
Her dad don't have a heavy foot. Her sister ain't got no heavy foot.
He old though.
He's not old. He's older.
Once you get past 50, them feet lighten up real quick.
I'm just saying. All we can say is, what if those people all meant to be pulled over?
All 43% of them, huh?
All 43%.
So what Mike's saying is, this has nothing to do with the color of your skin compared to Nick. It's because he might have did something wrong. Period.
You did. I'm saying it got something to do with the color. Nick said you probably did something wrong. Okay, so then I got
that ain't what it is. Hit us with the question. Chris, hit us with that's kind of basis of statistics, the truth in numbers. Hey.
No, my thing is you can take any type of number and use it to your advantage. You basically just took that number and just put it towards your argument. Now somebody else can take it and put it towards their argument. It just depends on how you look at it.
I would love to see him do it. So, are black kids with a white-minded core out of touch with reality when it comes to racial issues?
I don't think so. I can say I don't think so because of my own situation. Of course, I let our kids know about black situations, but Sam also let them know about white situations. Sam also let them know about black situations that she's seen. So I don't think so. I truly don't think so. I think it still goes back to it being about the parents and explaining certain things. You know what I mean? One thing I know that I have to do with Elijah, because he hasn't been through a lot of black situations, but he pretends like he's been through a lot of black situations. And I gotta put him in his place.
Like that.
Hey,
we talking about it. We talking about it.
And we putting every business out there like that.
Yeah, we talking about it.
When he said that, all I heard was 56 Wankster.
Nah, we finna talk about it because that's a true thing. You know what I mean? He just because he's black, he think he can do a lot of things and not get in trouble with it. And I've even been in situations with him where he said, "Well, I'm black." Because it's your color, your skin is tan.
It's a little bit more than that.
It's a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never lived in a ghetto. You ain't never lived in a hood. You know what I'm saying? You walking around doing certain things that I've seen in ghettos and hoods. You've never done that. You've seen that on TV and you think it's cool. Let's just break it down like that. You think it's cool. It ain't hit him yet. It really ain't hit him yet. And Sam just said it. He's a suburb boy. He is. But you've never gone through the mud. I caught him saying he been through the mud to one of his little friends. What mud? You ain't been through nothing but clear water, my boy. You ain't been through nothing. You ain't been through nothing.
Yeah, you ain't built like
that. Hey, you been out here that damn mixtape talking about he missed a meal or nothing, boy.
For real. Because you eating all the food, my boy. You ain't missed a meal. You
going through a whole gallon of milk in a day, boy. You ain't missed not damn meal, my boy.
For real, boy. You getting all the nutrients. You been all through your nutrients. Let's hit on what Christy got going on here. She said, "I've been in a car with Kid's father when he got pulled over, and before he could even ask for his license registration, my kid's father had an attitude which made the cop mad. I had to tell him to just stop arguing with the cop and just do what he's asked." We touched on that last week too. If he wouldn't have started arguing with the cop, when it would have been a different outcome.
I can agree to that. You know,
yeah. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I've said this before. I got pulled over with T sitting in the front seat, and so I pulled over or whatnot. Cop walking up to the car. Teresa moving, trying to get the license and registration and all that for me. I'm like, stop moving. Wait till this man come up to this, wait till this man come up to this car and ask me for this stuff so he can see me grab this stuff. Because you just moving around grabbing stuff, he don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So in certain situations, it's like they might not understand for the moment or whatever, but they can also still learn from just being in situations with us.
And that's a perfect example that you just gave, Nick. Like, all that moving and stuff, in this day and age, all the cop got to think is they reaching for a gun. They reaching for a gun. Now they putting their hand on their gun, walking up to our car. You trying to tell
can't blame them.
You can't blame them because that ain't what they usually go through. But because what we've seen and what we've experienced, some of us, what we've experienced, we know not to do all that goddamn on moving as a cop is approaching your car. So I think that's a perfect example.
I mean, I've been in that situation too, and I was just like, he finna pull me over. He got behind me and he pulled me over. And man, I've dealt with some, let's just say some dumb behind people, because I was in the car with one of my white homeboys and he was like, "You're not gonna tell him you got a gun?" And I'm like, "No, nigga, not until he asks."
Not until real.
I ain't explaining that situation to him. Not until he asks.
No, you make him do his job. Don't make him do his job.
Don't do it for him.
Paycheck. Don't do that job for him.
I'll pay your salary. I'm gonna make you do your own job. But
no, I got pulled over with Sam just because I was nice. That dude gave me a warning. You know what I mean? Just let me handle it. I know how to be cordial with people.
What's the hoppo?
I think she meant to put popo. But
it's crazy because I got pulled over with I got pulled over with my license was suspended. And it was a white cop, and he just went to asking me questions. And once he figured out, like, I really didn't know that I didn't have, my license was suspended, Auntie Bridget jumped into the passenger seat and finished driving. I was in Ocala. I ain't go to jail. And he was a white cop.
See, but that's not every single white cop either.
You're right.
Some cops be like, I don't care because I don't want to fill out this paperwork. You know what? Get your license fixed. You got somebody else to drive. Keep it moving. Like, I don't care.
Right.
But what was the initial question that you asked?
some white kids some black kids, right? I would say mixed kids. I've dealt with mixed kids who don't honestly identify with their black part, and it's like, oh, there's no the racial issues are just made up, and I was like, oh, you sound like a Republican because you've been whitewashed, and you keep forgetting you half black, my boy. Like, I don't
But the
understand.
thing is that person's black father or black mother in the picture where they can identify with being black.
You know
Honestly,
what?
that falls back on, like we were just saying last week, black people. That falls back on us. If you ain't taught your kids the culture or just certain stuff in the culture, that falls back on them. Why would that kid know anything else other than what their white counterpart is teaching them?
They wouldn't. Okay, I give you a perfect example. So my nephew, remember? I don't know if y'all remember them stupid challenges.
Matt, appreciate you stopping by, my boy.
A few years ago,
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, they used to have a dunk challenge where you see like the little white kids pull up to a random house and just go dunk on their basketball goal. And I had to explain to my nephew, you know what I'm saying, who's black, like, don't do that shit. It was like, because understand that white people see white people do it, right? They might take that as a threat. You roll up in their house running towards their door, even though you just running towards their basketball hoop, they might take that as a threat, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you the wrong color to be doing.
That goes along with what we're talking about. There's certain things that, so can a white person teach a black kid not to do that? But that also goes back to what Nick said. If a white dude, let's say for example, when we had our basketball goal outside our house, Nick and Nate, and some white dude just came up and ran at it and tried to dunk it, that ain't gonna mean no hill beans to us. You know what I'm saying? But let's say if the roles was reversed and there was a white family and that was their basketball goal and we ran up and tried to dunk it or just shoot at it or whatever, how they gonna take that? They gonna look at that different.
And
right?
it all depends. Like I seen Jalen, what's his last name from Boston?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown did that. I mean, I don't know what color the kids was, but they didn't know who he was. But he was just running up, dunking, and getting back in his car and driving off.
So was the kids black, white?
I don't know what color the kids was.
Oh,
I want to say they was white though.
But I'm saying, so just
was it in Boston?
I'm pretty sure it was in Boston.
Oh, okay. They probably knew who he was.
They
what I'm saying like is if the roles was reversed, can a white parent teach a black kid that if something like that happens, somebody may take offense, like our race may take offense to that? Maybe I'm wording the question wrong.
To teach that, like for like certain things. Well, I guess you can say all things. You don't have to actually been through something to tell somebody what could possibly happen or what's the threat of it coming from. Like you just said, if a white parent has black kids, like they should be able to say, hey, because of your skin color, when you get pulled over by the cops, don't be reaching for nothing because you don't want them think of something. Or hey, when a black guy or a white guy come dunk on your goal, don't, you know what I mean? Like you should be able to teach that even though you ain't been through it.
Gotcha. Which I totally agree with. I 100% agree with that. Anybody should be able to teach anything. Uncle Pleasure, like you got a different opinion.
I think anybody should be able to teach anything, but I think it might mean a little bit more from
right.
the parent speaking about the black perspective about things. Like, a white parent can't speak it, but I'm like, as a black parent, it's like there's probably a part of my life where I've had to deal with some type of ignorance from being black with white people. So this is my experience, and I'm sharing that with you. It's just giving it a little bit of perspective, but in the common sense things, yeah, white people should be able to teach their kids like, hey, bro, don't do that. Like, hey, don't do that because you mix, they might look at you the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that literally don't care. Like I don't care if you black, mixed, light skin, whatever. I'm gonna look at you a certain way, and I think that's something that we as black people should, always teach our kids. Like, life ain't gonna be fair sometimes, and that's just because color of your skin, and you just gonna have to learn how to cope and deal with that. And I think that's something that we as black people should definitely teach our kids, because there is going to be a point in your life where you are going to get treated differently because of the color of your skin. And you ain't even got to do nothing wrong. It could be in a social setting. It could be at work. You know what I'm saying? It can be at a party or something. Somebody going to look at you a certain way. And it's not necessarily your fault. It's just their ignorant views on the world. But get them prepared for that, because what I don't want is, you know what I'm saying, my child or, you know, whatever, to be all bent up and broken and out of shape because they got treated differently. It is just like, no, I'm going to save you that heartache and pain because we talked about this.
Yeah. Hey, Mike was just preaching just then, boy.
But with saying that, this world don't color what color you is. They gonna eat you up and spit you out if you let them.
And that's another thing parents got to do. They got to teach these kids that this world finna eat you up and tear you apart if you ain't ready for it. And that's a lot what I have to deal with as far as the race barrier. I'm not teaching them just to be black men. I'm teaching them to how to handle this world on the outside of our four walls of this house. You know what I mean? This world is not going to be as nice as what these kids think it's going to be. I can only use my kids as example. I can only use a lot as an example. You think everybody is friend. Everybody ain't your friend, my boy. You know what I mean? That stuff that I got to teach him.
You go up to somebody who really been through the mud and tell them you've been through the mud and see what happened.
That's what I'm saying. Them the things that I have to say to him, and I have to make sure that he understands. So it's far beyond the race barrier.
You gotta stop listening to Mo 3.
Man, you gotta stop listening to rap, period. You gotta stop listening to rap, period.
You better get that boy off that NBA young boy.
Right, for
man,
real.
Listen, he watched this documentary on Lil Baby a few months ago. Man, you could just tell his whole attitude started changing when we started looking at this little documentary about young Lil Baby. Don't let Lil Baby get yourself towed up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
First of all,
he saw it on Amazon Prime, I think.
Listen, this is the part, right, where you come in, right? Not saying that you didn't, but this part where you come in and you give him a real perspective of shut up, because Lil Baby been rich since he been 17. And that's the same thing I had a conversation with my nephew about Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne, like let's cut this shit. Some of these rappers been rapping since they were 15. They've been rich before they turn legally age. Listen, I like Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is my number one rapper. But I know damn well 98% of the shit Lil Wayne rap about. Boy, you ain't never sold no bricks. You ain't never moved no weight. You ain't never been no drug dealer. Nigga, you been rapping since you were 15. You got signed at 16. And you were on back that ass up at 17 when you got your first big bag. Nigga, you been rich since 17. You ain't living that life, my boy. But I like your music. And I think that's something I explained to my nephew. Younger rappers start getting bag at like 16, 17, 18. They ain't struggled. Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, you didn't have no Wi-Fi. You might have had to eat a few pack of ramen noodles. But my boy, you ain't struggled. It's the same thing with Ja Morant. Like, yeah, you grew up in the suburbs with a 2-parent household. You went to a private school. Like, nigga, you ain't struggled. Stop with your stupid shit. What the hell wrong? And so, yeah, it's like almost like looking up to a false prophet. Like, yeah, so like Lil Baby been rich since 17. Boy, stop that.
So Chris made this is a good comment here by Chris. He said, I wonder if Madonna, Brad Pitt, or Sandra Bullock's adopted black kids have to be taught this. If so, how?
You know what? That's a perfect example, because these are the same black kids we talk about right now. They ain't got no touch of reality what being black is for real. You grew up.
But honestly, I don't think it has anything about them even being black. I think it has them all about them being rich, though. That's just my opinion. Like, sometimes you have black kids that come from money that's not in touch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that bread make you really out of touch.
And to a certain extent, I get it, because as a parent, I mean, I'm not a parent, but as a parent, you want your kids to have better than what you've had. You want them to have more than what you ever had while you was in that while you was younger. So, and that's all that they're doing. They just giving them the life that they always wanted to give their kids. So why would they teach them anything different because they from money?
You probably wouldn't.
Excellent point.
You probably wouldn't treat them anything different from when they were money. And that's one of them things where it's like, and then one day somebody gonna look at you like you just another nigga. They don't care how much money you got. They're gonna look at you like you just another nigga. It's gonna be somebody who don't know you, Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie's adopted child, and they can see you riding around in a nice car, and they're gonna want to know where you got it. And hopefully that they've been smart enough to teach you that, like, hey, I don't give a damn how much money you got. You got to conduct yourself in a certain fundamentals because we've
And
seen
that's
black.
the thing. We don't even know if Brad Pitt and all them are either like, what if they are sitting their kids down saying, like, when all these things happen, saying, hey, this is what you could have did, or this is what he could have did to get out of this situation, but this is what happened. But if you would have done it this way, this could have happened.
And hopefully
So
they are.
yeah, hopefully they are. So I think that's what the basis of the question is that is white parents like that are teaching their black kids those situations, even if they've never been in those situations. We don't know if they are or not. But and it's all hypothetically speaking, it's all our opinions. Of course, I'm sure Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, they in tune with it. They see what's going on. You know what I mean?
But we don't know.
I would love to say, well, we don't know. I would love to say they do. We don't really know. And that's the point of the conversation. But Uncle Pudge, you ready? You've been quiet for a while.
Let's say, Nick, you are a parent. You're a dog parent.
My dog, well,
Yeah, I'm always,
they
always
got
ready.
worried about getting locked up or getting a ticket or getting shot.
I'll know he might get pulled over about a pound for discrimination. He might bark like a nigga and every, that's a black dog.
He do.
Both his dogs mixed anyway.
Both my dogs are purebred.
No, I'm talking about on the outside.
Oh,
bro, let's not act like black people don't put races on our dogs, because we definitely do. That dog is black for sure.
No, one of them is. Roscoe act like Elijah.
You said Roscoe act like Elijah.
Got it out the mud, huh, Nick?
Yeah.
And he's put his toe in the mud. Uncle Pudge, what you got? You must be a delay on Uncle Pudge, boy. He just looking.
He can hear us.
I don't know if he can hear us.
I can hear y'all.
Oh, what you got there? What you got?
Dude, listen, man. I'm starting to notice, like, once again, yesterday I'm in the car with my daughter and she started asking all these questions. Now, she started asking questions dealing with history. History and, black people place in history in this country. And I'm looking at them like, okay, she's 14. Now her mind is waking up. And I'm like, man, so let me lay down history for you. First of all, I tell her, don't let them tell you no bullshit about black history and ain't no such damn thing. It's American history. It's all a part of America. Don't let them separate, because when they say black history, they're trying to separate us. Now, we have black people who have done great things throughout American history, but it's still American history. She like, well, it's been kind of watered down and sugar-coated. I'm like, exactly. I'm glad you understand that part. I'm like, because some of it is very ugly, especially when it concerns us. So I'm like, everything you wonder about, all you got to do, you can pick up a book. I'm like, there's a lot of information out. The crazy thing about it, she touched on Christopher Columbus, and I was like, that's a good question. I'm like, that's a good example of, whitewash history, because I go to explain to her about Christopher Columbus. And I'm like, a lot of things you won't read in the books is that Christopher Columbus never stepped foot on the mainland, the main part of U.S. He stayed around the Caribbean islands back and forth. And I was like, also what won't be touched in your history books is when you see a picture of the native tribes that were here, that supposedly, the ones that met the Mayflower, and all the pilgrims. I'm like, what's been left out is, and you probably don't know, a lot of those tribes, native tribes, they were black. I'm like, black people was here long before Christopher Columbus. They will never tell you that, though. I'm like, but they got pictures of them. All you gotta do is do your research. You can see that they have pictures. I'm like, yes. A lot of stuff you've been taught has been skewed and left out. You know. Now, going to what we talking about, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if her mom knows this stuff or not. I don't know, but I can only speak about what I know. You know, is it coming upon us as the black parents to make sure that our kids get the information, you know, and get an accurate picture of things? But here's a slippery slope, though. Now, by me talking to her, she want to talk about race and race relations.
He was digging into the history, and I think the point that he
I
was
don't
getting at,
want her.
that if we're in interracial relationships, we got to make sure we teach our children not only what's going on as far as the Caucasian white side, but also what's going on with the black side. Uncle Punch making me laugh, right?
You came out of nowhere.
Huh?
I said you came out of nowhere.
Nah, I can't hear y'all. Maybe I got the technical difficulty.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I got the technical difficulty. Hey, when y'all run it up there until I can fix it.
This is a awkward silence.
I'm trying.
No, I don't know. Can't hear.
I was trying to find a video, but Chris put up in a comment, right, and said that you know LeBron and Gabrielle probably give those talks when we talked about rich black people and you know the conversation with their kids. Now, you know, I don't really care for Gabrielle Union and her situation, but I did say that I know for a fact that I seen a video a couple weeks ago where LeBron James' son Bryce was out and some dude was like, "Can I get a picture?" or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, fine." And so the young man who was getting the picture started throwing up like blood gang signs. And then Bryce James is like, "Oh no, you don't do that over here." Like he moved him to the side, like, we're not doing it over here, right? And I feel like that is a perfect example of your parents teaching you like when to kind of maneuver through situations. You know what I'm saying? Because any other kid would have been like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But it's like him being who he is and his father being who he is, he understood like I'm not gonna have you throwing up
representation.
Yeah, that representation. Like you're not gonna put, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have you throwing up no gang signs around me for some ignorant person to be like, oh, that's just set you claim. And so he kind of moved to the side in a polite manner. He kind of like, oh nah, bro, we don't do that over here. And kind of stepped aside and went on by his business. And I feel like that is the part of parenting where his dad has taught him like, hey, you stay away from this, and this. And it's just like cool. You know what I'm saying? It's too sexy for that disrespect. What fuck her and her husband and that weird ass kid there too. Anyway,
Bro, don't disrespect them because you disagree with what they got.
But you know, Bryce though, both his parents are black, so Bryce is not mixed. None of his kids are mixed.
But I'm saying though, but they're rich, and we was talking about an aspect of like sometimes people with money can get out of touch with reality, and so I think that because LeBron James actually did come from some type of mud, right?
So he said.
Yeah, so he said.
Think his mama was in
don't believe shit that dude say, man.
Yeah.
We not talking about LeBron James today.
This man had $2 million at 18. Yeah, let's not talk about LeBron. Let's not talk about LeBron.
So, but I'm just saying, like, there's somewhere down the line that's been taught to him to how to maneuver through certain situations. And somebody standing next to you trying to get a video throwing up gang signs, somewhere down the line, somebody was like, nah, bro, don't do that over here. And young gentleman is 16, I believe, 15 or 16. So I'm pretty sure he didn't think of that on his own. So I'm pretty sure between his mother and father, right, somebody was like, hey, bro, you stay away from this, that, and the third. And
but also it could be one of those things where, you know, somebody might have tried to do that in a picture of LeBron James. And LeBron said, nah, we don't do that over here. So it's just something. What if it was just something that was just taught by seeing rather than LeBron actually telling him?
I mean, that means he's been very smart enough to understand, you know what I'm saying, learn from example too. You know what I'm saying?
Are
Like,
you talking about that Bryce?
Man, let me tell you
that
something,
happened at
man.
Target?
yeah, where the dude tried to throw the gang signs around him, and he was like, nah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. I saw that.
Let me tell you something. I saw LeBron James and Anthony Davis shake him up GD style. LeBron gang bang. Trust me on this. I can show you the footage on the court. So he ain't
We're
teach
not
his son
talking about
shit, that
LeBron
bum.
James.
Yeah, I'm
You
telling
don't like
you,
LeBron
man.
James, do you?
I can tell you. When I looked at it,
Personal vendetta.
when I
against
looked at it, I was
LeBron.
like, wait a minute. I know they didn't shake it up.
Man, tell you, stop hating. About the,
What that
I ain't
nigga
hating.
said, we
I'm
go.
it's
telling you the
communist
truth. It's
homeroom
on video.
association.
we go
It's
move
on
on.
video. We gonna move on, man.
Yeah,
And it's
because
not
Teddy can
just,
go
but
on
you
for
know what?
hours.
That is a good example. That's a good example, but that shouldn't just be for rich kids. That should be every kid. You know,
Yeah,
rich or
that should
poor.
be
When
every
you see
kid.
something
Yeah.
like that, you know, move along to the side. We don't do that over here, bro. Because, you know, if you hanging out with a certain person on the street, and you know somebody looking for that person, they gonna get you too, because you with them. So it's a great lesson to teach just kids, period.
Hold on. Chris said the Southerns hated Jay-Z and Beyonce. First of all, Chris, nobody in the South ever hated Beyonce. Beyonce is from Houston. That's from the South. Nobody from the South hated Beyonce. We just don't like Jay-Z because he feels entitled. That's what that is. We've had this conversation. Don't do that.
Hold on,
Don't
don't
do
group us all in your
Yeah, I don't feel no way about Jay-Z.
I don't hate the
Another.
man. The man just can't
I don't
No,
rap.
hate him. I don't like
first
him
of all, yeah.
personally.
What I'm saying is, I don't personally hate Jay-Z. It's just that he's not
Yeah,
better
I
than
don't
Lil
hate
Wayne.
him.
That simple a
Yeah,
fact.
he ain't
It's
better
not.
than a lot of
Wayne
rappers.
just
It's
be
not just
humble when
Wayne.
he say that.
He's not. He better. He's not better than Lil Wayne. Let's just cut the
Nah,
facts. He's not.
Wayne is being humble. Wayne need to throw off the humble cape that tells Jay-Z, hey, I
I
murdered
think.
you when God did in 8
I'm about to say.
bars. You had
I think Wayne.
100 bars.
I think Wayne did in his 42-second verse, and guys did murder Jay-Z's 4 minutes. I think he did just that. Okay.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people
absolutely.
believe that.
That is true.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Anyway,
nobody hated. Nobody hates Jay-Z. We just know Wayne's better.
exactly. But we're gonna get to the weekly top 5. Mikey, I know you got some weekly top 5.
I do got a
for us.
weekly top 5. What you got? We gotta do. We gotta do the thing, B. We gotta do the thing.
I got it.
The weekly top 5.
Y'all know the vibe. So every single week we come
But
up with a
Sports
nice
Center
top.
about to get y'all.
Man, the sports ain't nothing to do with that.
Right. That's just the simple top 5. So I got a good top 5. What it is? Your top 5 barbecue foods, like top 5 foods that you find at a barbecue.
Nah,
Is it that we find or that we like?
That your top 5 you love. Your top 5.
like you talking about like size, meats,
size, meats, whatever.
Dang, that's tough.
I know I made it
tough.
like that.
I mean, you gotta have ribs on there somewhere.
You gotta have some ribs
You
with
got
barbecue chicken.
it's your top 5, Nate. Whatever your
Yeah,
top
but
5.
it's a lot of like anytime a cookout happens, like you just got to be there for everything.
But like the top 5 things, like the things like if this ain't here, I probably don't want to be there.
If ain't nothing on the
mean,
grill,
you
I don't
gotta-
want to be there.
Yeah.
I
If
think
ain't
I
nothing on
got
the grill,
5.
I don't want to be there.
I think I got 5.
You got 5?
I think
ahead.
so. So I'm gonna say ribs,
Yeah.
hot dogs, hamburgers, mac and cheese,
Yeah.
and baked beans.
Yeah.
I don't care what you bring after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ain't got what Nick just said, I add chicken to that because I like me some barbecue chicken now.
So what you taking out?
I'll take out hot dogs. And
See,
add
and I would have
barbecue
thrown
chicken.
some bratwursts out there too.
So what you taking out?
I gotta take out the hot dogs.
Yeah, our list the same, just minus the hot dog and put chicken for me.
Because you also can't just have a cookout with just meat.
Chris, you got too many items. Yeah, I tell you something out, brother.
Hey, yeah, you got eight. You got
potato salad, corn, burger, slightly burnt hot dogs.
Hey, just like a goddamn JV fan.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm tripping.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm tripping.
My top
Mike, you
five.
just got 5 baked mac and cheese. That's it.
Baked mac. That's my number 5.
Okay, where you other 4 at?
Number four would be baked beans with like brown sugar and a little bit of cinnamon. Right?
Where the hell are y'all coming up with baked beans at?
Hold on,
hey, we are from the South. We are from the South, so
yeah, baked
excuse
beans.
Kelly's comment.
Baked beans would be number 4. You know what? Grilled Italian sausage would be number 3.
Oh, bingo.
Ribs. Ribs would be number 2. And I don't give a damn what y'all got going on. Czech soda is always gonna be my number 1. You hear me?
What?
Czech soda will always be my number 1. Listen, check.
Right.
Them Czech sodas hit. Hey, them Czech sodas.
There.
Hey, them Czech sodas hit different when you eating off a paper plate.
But they ain't the same though. I don't feel like they taste the same.
Hey, Christy got the same thing. Oh, she got potato salad. That's a good one too, Christy. Potato salad.
New York, Chris. I know you New Yorkers, y'all some funny cats over there.
Diabetes in a can, the peach. Hey, watch your mouth, bro.
He said diabetes in a can of peach.
That peach. Nah, it's that fruit punch, boy. That fruit punch, boy.
It's all over for me.
Red cream soda.
Red cream
too.
I about to say Nate know. He was working at Winn Dixie, but that's the only place you can get him.
It is.
So, what you got?
What you got on?
Well, ribs, burgers, hot links, hot dogs, potato salad.
Ain't hot links or hot dogs.
And that depends on who made the potato salad.
Telly had 4 meats and one side. Telly, you eating that plate and you giving that to the dog. Telly, God, leave.
Nah, brother, that's my plate, brother.
He ain't got nothing to wash it down with.
Ain't got nothing to wash it down with.
Hey, look, I don't need nothing. I just need the food. We'll work the rest out later.
Hey man, all y'all in the comments, y'all drop down y'all top 5 items y'all need to have at a barbecue for you to be there ASAP.
And it depends who cooking the grill too. I'm gonna tell you right now. So at B wedding, like pre-party, your uncle kept dropping the meat into the damn fire.
That's
like 4 burgers.
Those grapes was terrible.
Listen though, them burgers was busting though, because now you had that burger burnt flavor into the actual burgers that made it. Them things was busting though. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, these things got some flavor to it.
Don't do Lil P because everybody told them burgers up.
Hey, listen. Hey, I smashed 2 of them before we went to the wedding. They was in there getting ready. I said, bro, I can slide on a couple of these burgers. I can't. And Adrian rolled up in there. I'm sitting there with a face full of burgers, slapping the mugs. Them things is hitting after the meat fell into the grill like 8 times. I was sitting here watching them do it. Like 3 hot dogs and 4 burgers fell victim to that fire, but they were good as mud though. I ain't even care.
Nah, the Uncle Pete did his thing with the food at the pre-wedding joint. But great conversation today, fellas. Chris put in something else. Look at Chris here before we ride out. Some people don't like iced tea, but try McDonald's half sweet, half unsweet with a slice of lemon. It would make the barbecue. I don't know about that unsweet tea now, Chris.
I
don't think sweet unless it's sweet.
Man, if you go to Checkers and get sweet tea, they ain't gonna give you nothing but syrup.
Y'all still got Checkers down there?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they closed all our Checkers. Pissed me off.
Man, that's bad for business in y'all neck of the woods.
Goddamn thick ass shake bust your glands trying to suck it through a straw.
Hey, if y'all don't know what he's talking about, y'all go find y'all a Riley's or a Checkers, man. And,
Hey,
Man, dude.
that being
That ain't no
telling you,
damn shake. That's ice cream. They supposed to give you a spoon with that motherfucker. Like, yeah.
look, fellas, if
Fucking
she suck
blacking out trying to suck the damn shake through the straw. Like,
you might want to be careful, fellas. Your soul next.
Man, I'll tell you. But hey, man, we appreciate everybody pulling up on us today. Everybody in the comments. Christy chimed in today. Is it Christy or Christy? Somebody let me know. I don't want to be botching that girl name.
We do it every show, don't we?
All right, ain't nobody gonna let me know. All right, that's cool. So Chris, Chris always be holding us down on Saturday mornings, man. We appreciate you pulling up. I saw Deborah in here. I saw Sam in here. We appreciate y'all coming up. Erica said good morning. Sweet tea, nasty in general. Slide me the old projects Kool-Aid.
Amen.
Oh,
just don't give us that Kool-Aid from the kid on kid no house party.
Hey.
Oh man, that Kool-Aid was the shit.
Nah, that Kool-Aid.
Oh boy,
you use that Kool-Aid to make more Kool-Aid, all right? Hey, you get a quarter cup of this syrup and fill the rest with cold water and stir that up, and you still got pretty good Kool-Aid.
Man, that Kool-Aid. That's how you make Kool-Aid.
That's how you get diabetes.
Well, I already got it, so.
and that's why.
It may be from the Project Kool-Aid.
To this day.
I'm gonna pour some Kool-Aid in your casket.
Thank you, Christy. Ain't nobody want to help me out. I'll get some help after the show, but thank you. We appreciate it. All right, yeah. All right. But we said don't do that. Hey man, y'all have a good Saturday. Y'all tap in. We're gonna have in game on Sunday this week. We didn't have it yesterday, but we definitely gonna have it Sunday. I forgot which time we finna have it at. I think 7, Mike said, but we'll
yes, it's gonna be 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Sunday. So y'all tap in with us.
TBT.
Yeah, TBT. TBT. Then y'all tap in with Unhinged next week on Wednesdays. They got. I think we off next Saturday. I think I'm supposed to be on Unhinged next week, ain't I?
No.
Ain't you supposed to be on Unhinged?
Not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
I got it wrong. Let me stop. But you got Unhinged on Wednesdays. And then we out next week, man. So y'all gonna miss our faces next weekend. So y'all tap back in with us on that flat front. Jump into Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe to all our socials. We on Twitter now, or X is what they call it. We on Facebook. We got Instagram. We got TikTok. And we got YouTube. So y'all, please like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate everything that y'all do for us. Is there anything else that I'm missing before we ride out of here?
Yes, you are. There is, right before y'all make a comment, there's some emojis to the right of that. Just drop an emoji real quick.
We appreciate it.
When Nick mentioned those emojis, that actually helps our algorithm. You dig what I'm saying? So if y'all drop some emojis.
I don't mean go to your keyboard and put.
I'm talking about the little side emojis that pop up on the Facebook Live.
Yeah, give us one of those.
Give us a bunch of them. Don't just give us one. Give us a bunch. Keep hitting it till your thumb hurt. And when you get on X to look us up, don't get sidetracked. Okay.
Hey, Mike ain't lying, boy. So there's some stuff on that X app. We're like, oh my goodness, where did this come from?
Hey, don't get on there being sidetracked, okay?
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic. But y'all have a good Saturday, man. We'll catch y'all on In Game tomorrow. I ain't forgot. Okay. I was gonna hit it. Let me do it, Nick. Let me do it. We'll see y'all In Game tomorrow. This is Family Talk. Let's discuss it. Well, we're not just a podcast.
We're family.
It's family.
See, you wanted me to do it, but we ain't in sync. We got to get in sync.
We got.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna say it one more time. This is Family Talk. Let's discuss it. But we're not just a podcast.
It's a family.
We're a family.
All right, y'all.
We're gonna get in sync with the boy band. We got this.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Y'all have a good Saturday, man.
Tell them I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.